Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Yes, good morning to all. Warm greetings to all the panelist delegates. Happy to welcome you all for the third day of this international conference. Now, let me give a brief idea about the implementation of holistic value-based education. So before that, let me give a quick recap. So as Dr. Amipara was telling, for the past 2 days, we have been discussing about the needs and vision of holistic value-based education. So on day one, we were able to see the need of value-based education. And in that, we were able to discuss the priority of values over skills in education, ensuring right understanding in every child, the capacity to live in relationship with the other human being, and also the capacity to identify the need of physical facility so that everybody is having the feeling of prosperity. Is it not? Also, we just looked into the basic guidelines of value education. The guidelines must be universal, rational, verifiable, and leading to harmony. And on day two, we discussed about the vision for holistic value-based education. At individual level, we were able to see that one has to transform from inhuman consciousness to human consciousness. At societal level, there is a need for transformation to humane society. Also, as an outcome of this vision of holistic value-based education, we saw the common graduate attributes. Now, on day three, let us look into the implementation of holistic value-based education. What is the program of action for this implementation? At the individual level, to understand harmony and to live in harmony. At any point of time, one is living at all four dimensions. The dimension of an individual, family, society, nature, and existence. So, there is a need to understand harmony and live in harmony at all these four levels. And what is the program of action required at the individual level? Here, in universal human values, all the contents are put forth before as proposals. So one has to explore within themselves, which is referred as self-exploration. The process is self-exploration, where everybody has to verify the proposals on their own right. What I really want to be. One has to discover their natural acceptance, their intention. Once they're able to discover their natural acceptance, one can ensure right understanding, right feeling. When this is ensured within oneself, the expression is harmonious behavior and work, and participation in larger order. Next is self-awareness. When they are able to explore within themselves, they can be aware of their desire, thought, and expectation. That is imagination at every moment. And also, with this awareness, they have to self-evaluate themselves. How much of their imagination is in line with natural acceptance, which will help the individual to transform from inhuman consciousness to humane consciousness. Now, let us discuss the program of action at the societal level. The first program is People's Education Program, which is offered to adults. The adult may be a parent, teacher, policymaker, administrator, bureaucrat, or anybody. So which can be offered to all the adults as an informal education or through informal education. The next program of action is for children, which can be offered as Education Sanskar program. which can be offered in the formal education as a course in the academic curriculum. It can be implemented as socially relevant projects through their syllabi. And also, we can create a conducive environment so that all the children are ensured with definite human contact, and they have the competence to live harmoniously in the society, and they can participate in the universal human order. And the third program is Humane Society Program. In a Humane Society program, one can see that every individual is ensured with right understanding and right feeling, so that happiness is ensured in every individual. Also, health is also ensured in every individual. When happiness and health is ensured in every individual, we can see the outcome of it is prosperity is ensured in every family, is it not? When prosperity is ensured in every family, we can see the natural outcome of it is fearlessness in the society, is it not? So that trust and justice is ensured in the society. When there is trust, justice in society, we can see it is reflected as coexistence, that is, mutual enrichment in nature and existence. So, this is the expected outcome of the program, Humane Society program. Now, let us look into the time span. When this program is offered as a people's education program for adults, suppose if you are able to educate one adult for 10 years, let us assume, to ensure right understanding and right feeling, in the next 10 years, we can educate 10 adults. So when we extrapolate for 100 years, we can roughly educate 1,000 crore people. Similarly, when this education sanskar program is offered to children, right, as a formal education, right from there, when they enter school, one can see that this target can be achieved within a span of 50 to 75 years. Hope you will agree with this. When this is launched as a Humane Society program, where this holistic value-based education is launched across all human beings, across the length and breadth of the world, to all people, one can see that this Humane Society can be achieved within a span of 25 to 50 years. Now, let us look into the steps of transformation. Step 1. We have to include UHV in the present curriculum as a value education in the domains, namely education, research, and extension. And the second step can be integrating human values across all subjects without any barriers, without any discriminations. Let us integrate this subject as a value-based education among all disciplines. And step 3 is value-based living, where all the individual is capable of living at harmony, in harmony at all 4 levels. Now, at present, we are currently in step 1. Now, let us see the steps taken by AICTE and UGC to promote this value-based education. The prominent programs launched by AICTE include Student Induction Program, Faculty Induction Program, Universal Human Values, a full semester course with 2 credits, a minor degree in UHV. Also, Faculty Development Program, Management Development Program, and Leadership Development Program is offered by AICTE. In addition, AICTE has nominating institutions as nodal centers of UHV across the country. Along with AICTE, UGC, that is University Grants Commission, has also included UHV at various labels, namely Faculty Induction Program as Guru Dakshata, Student Induction Program as Diksharam, and course on Human Values and Professional Ethics as Mulya Prava in higher educational institutions. Curriculum for Life Skills as Jeevan Kaushal. All these has been launched by UGC, which is successfully running across the academic years. The training centers have been requested to conduct training programs for faculty on universal human values. Along with this, the content of value education is now being translated into 9 official Indian languages. Now, At the back, at the end, bottom, you can see the documents on the front page of all these books. Apart from these, all the learning resources are available as physical books as well as e-resources. You can see all these books, e-resources that are available in the AICT portal as well as at various points. Now, let us see how UHV is implemented successfully. UHV is implemented successfully in Madhya Pradesh at school education for classes 9 to 12. All the textbooks, teacher manuals, workbooks have been developed and published. More than 385 schools have been identified, and they are successfully implementing this UHV as a part of their curriculum. Apart from this, workshops are being conducted for teaching faculties and all other non-teaching faculties at various levels in schools. You could see few pictures that has been shared. Also, we can see as an extension of this UHV activities, it has been successfully launched in jails. Workshops being conducted in jails of Kanpur and Ghaziabad. And the results are very encouraging and promising in terms of transformation among the jailmates. So let me give a sum up of the implementation of holistic value-based education. So the program of action at individual levels are self-exploration, self-awareness, and self-evaluation. The program of action at societal level are People's Education Program for Adults, Education Sanskar Program for Children, and Humane Society Program. And what are the steps to provide humane education? It is offered at 3 levels. Value education, which is introducing human values in the existing curriculum. Value-based education, where we are going to update all courses to be value-based, harmoniously interconnected with each disciplines. And the third step is value-based living, where all the individuals are going to practice. They are going to be living in harmony at all levels. Thereby, the individuals set themselves as role model and the institution becomes as a living model. And also we had seen what are the multiple steps taken by AICTE and UGC to promote value education. Also, we saw how UHV is successfully implemented in Madhya Pradesh schools and how it is carried out as an extension activity in jails. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Now, let me invite Dr. Sunil Kumar, who has done BTech, MTech, PhD in civil engineering. He is currently working as professor and HOD, Division of Civil Engineering at Cochin University College of Engineering, Kerala. He has been associated with UHV from June 2020. Now, let me invite Dr. Sunil Kumar to take over the moderation of this panel discussion on implementation. Over to you, Dr. Sunil Kumar. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you, Dr. Geeta, for this nice presentation and inviting me for this panel discussion as moderator. To the next panelist, I welcome Dr. Srividhya Sukumar for the first time to this panel discussion. I welcomed you in the beginning itself. So I once again mentioned that she is a director. So welcome, Dr. Srividhya, to this panel discussion. I put forward this question to you that apart from
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible, very clear. But the video is there's a little bit of a light problem is that's what I think, but your face is very clear. Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put forward this question to you that share your views on the effective implementation of holistic value-based education in addition to the role of the faculty and management. What is your views on this effective implementation of holistic value-based education and the role of faculty and management? Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a wonderful opportunity amidst all eminent personalities from across the globe. And it's my privilege and honor to be a part of this session. So basically, an educationist entrepreneur who has been in the field of education for 2 decades now, with my minimum years of experience, what I feel is that the future of the civilization to a greater extent is being written in the walls of the classroom, as said by Dr. Milton Smith, has been a pre-word, and it's no more applicable now. It's not applicable now as such, because the future of the civilization, to a greater extent, is not written in the walls of the classroom as such, because that has been before, and now it has changed that it is not written alone. It's not confined to the four walls of the classroom. So to create the paramount, it's so important that to create the ideal ambience that shapes the mind of the younger generations to come as inheritors of our earth. So it's the duty of our we, the educators, who have taken this mantle. So the hallmark of the successful education is the cultivation of the mind, which is both free and agile and adaptable, grounded for open-minded learning, guided by moral values that is applicable to the real world. If this is going to be the mandate that we give it forward to the younger generation, this kind of education will produce new generation of students who are self-reliant, self-disciplined, honest, courageous, unwavering in their commitment to the righteousness despite any obstacles that may come their way. So what I really emphasize upon is the self-responsibility that the learners will take in the process of education. That is, we think about education which is confined to the four walls of the classroom or the school premises or the education premises, the college premises. It is never so. Each and every single learning experience of life should be inculcated or integrated as a learning experience, such that the learners take their own responsibility of their own learning process and they relate it to the reality world, the real world, and they move forward. Such individuals are equipped to tackle any challenges which come across their way, as Doctor was mentioning about emotion quotient, intelligence quotient, there is a social quotient. There is also one more quotient that has to be added, and that is the adversity quotient, which inculcates, which imbibes from the act or the habit of resilience in the students to embrace new opportunities with a sense of duty, such that they see every challenge as an opportunity and emerge as innovative leaders committed to effective for this transformation change that we're talking about. Ultimately, they become more dependable citizens of the world. So my thing is, such an education will impart a timeless message of right attitude in the right direction, in the right hands.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Go to share, I'll do it later. Thank you.
So education is not to be confined to the four walls of the institution. It has to go out. That is the point which you are trying to put forward.
Yes.
That point is well taken. So adaptable learning, you have said several things. The new generation of students will be much more committed when we offer education this way. So very nice. I will come back to you again. Thank you. Now I move on to Sri Umesh Jadhav. Take some questions also now from the
yes, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying there are some commercial organizations doing it. We should rope them in, have back-end discussion with them, and let it be carpet bombing. There's no harm in it. Thank you.
Yeah. So value education has to be initialized as well as it is to be ensured in the true sense. That is, in a sense, what you were telling. Very nice. So we will now move on to the next panelist. Very quick reflections from Dr. Srividhya Sukumar regarding how this value education to value-based education to value-based living can be ensured.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah. So as I was rightly mentioning in my previous session, on my previous thing, right attitude in the right direction. So the learners should be open to learning. And as we see, as we have been raised, values are not something to be educated. It should be imbibed. It should be in the culture. It should be in the background. It should be in the roots, such that they realize it, they enjoy it, and they try to explore more on the values and they live by it. In this, the learner is the first one, and it's all connected to the five hands. The learner is the first one who's going to take the right lead forward for this value-based education. Second, the parents and the home community. The charity begins at home. It's all from the home front. It's all from the parents' involvement. It's all from the siblings. It's all from the community, the home community that we're talking about. Second is that. Third is that the school where we are exposed to education, whichever education it is. The education is the environment and the community that we are talking about. Third factor is that. Fourth is that The one, two, three, and the other where they are, the whole environment where they are exposed to. As they grow, they're exposed to the other environment. So this also comes into factor. And the last but not the least, if he is the learner who is going to take the lead, who is going to be the follower, all these five put together clearly forms the value education, and this will be a successful thing. So in that case, this learning experience is more kind of akin to the potter's wheel, where every touch of the potter's hand and every rotation on the wheel shapes the wet clay or the misshapen pottery into a pot or a beautiful artistic piece that we are looking for. To foster this, we need to emphasize that this is built on the platform of empathy, caring, respect, love, and understanding, such that they don't feel that something is forced onto them, and they take enjoyment of the learning, and they really explore themselves how to move forward and with the right direction, the right attitude, in the right time. Thank you so much. Just give me 1 second to conclude this. This is achievable by the caring, committed, dedicated educationals like us who worship this profession as a divine service to the humanity, whose mission of education is realized as a Asatoma Sadgamaya. That means lead us from ignorance to truth. Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, from the darkness to light. Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya, from all our limitations to liberation. The whole learning process to be a liberated learning, such that this agile mind is open to learn, such that we take it forward with Shanti, 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 where we make the place, our world, a better place to live in. It is not a forced thing. It is not a thought thing. It should be imbibed from self, such that they take the responsibility. Such a well-grounded education greatly emphasizes on child's physical, emotional, moral, psychological, spiritual development, the holistic development that we are talking about. It will cater to it. The very easy way to employ this is that teachers are making lesson plan. Every single topic in the classroom situation should be related to one of the UHV values. Say, for example, if you're talking about plants, how to take care of the plants. This is related to taking care, being caring and sharing. So such that if this kind of implementation is done, and the whole thing can be achieved in no time. Thank you, sir. Sorry, I took a little longer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Very nice that you have been emphasizing upon the value-based living part. So it is not just like offering this value education that will not suffice. So you have to go for this value-based living. So for that, as you said, it has to come out, and every stakeholder, like the teachers, they're very important for this. So you focus upon that. And when the teachers are living models of this value education, and then there is every possibility that the students will also imbibe these values and they go ahead. We have very limited time, just 5 minutes to go for the closure of this particular panel discussion. I know that everyone wants to speak, and there is a lot of sharing which has happened already. But I request if any of the delegates would like to ask a question, we can take a quick question from one of the delegates, and we can. So we close this discussion here. Now I hand over the mic to Dr. Amipara Manilal, who was the anchor. So over to you for the closure.
Yes, thank you so much. So, on the behalf of the team, I extend sincere thanks to all the esteemed panelists and attendees for sharing their valuable inputs with us. Before leaving, there is an update regarding sessions to come that are there to come today. So after the short break, there will be impact sharing by individuals and institutions who have witnessed transformation in their life in one way or the other. So do join those live sharing. The closing session, as Srividhya has told, it will be from 2:30 to 4 p.m. And we have also shifted it will start today at 7 p.m. Do join that. The keynote, sharings and panel discussions, all would be there, and there will be fresh panelists. So do join all those discussions. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste to all.